think you might actually be impressed with my bras.
Oh, you know I am.
Are your glasses on straight?
Probably not. Why are you judging right now?
It's just a question. It's not even a judgment. One side is up to your eyebrow. The other side is down to the bottom of your cheekbone.
Hello and welcome to episode number 28 of Little Did I Know. I am your host, Stephanie Parks.
And I am your other host, Shauna Zolman Mahaley. Little Did I Know is a place where two friends share our journeys through life, the good and the bad, while never losing our laughter.
If you would like to check out all other 27 episodes, you can find us on stephandshauna.com or wherever you listen to your podcast. So, okay.
Fun fact.
Little did I know, community, do I have a fun fact for you? So, we are well aware, right, of how I feel about, like, just, if we're going to just group them all together, bugs in nature.
Bugs in nature.
I don't like it.
Okay, we know, especially female mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
Yes.
They are not for me, right? So, I really, like, I cannot, I would like nature without bugs.
Wouldn't we all?
And then also, I would like nature without snakes that have stripes around them and are kind of reddish. Because I stepped over one yesterday and I nearly peed my pants.
You could just leave it at snakes, period. They can all burn in hell.
I've seen black ones on the trail, but this one was like red with like stripes, and I'm pretty sure it was going to grow into a king cobra. I could not handle it. I really did. I seriously almost peed my pants. So I would just like a clean nature.
Okay.
Clean.
I'm with you
like
there.
Maybe a hummingbird and a butterfly. I don't know. But that's about it. Okay. So, and let me tell you, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Okay. This is our fun fact. So farmers did a little science experiment. Okay. And they found that cows painted like zebras can fend off flies better than their plain coated counterparts.
No way. Why? What does stripes have anything to do with it?
So it's kind of a mirage. Like they said that their eyes can't really see what it is. Cause that's why zebras are printed that way. Like they blend into the landscape. So that's it. A cow's day of fly shooing and hoof stomping might soon be over. All it takes to repel pests is a new paint job, researchers say. Black cows painted to look like zebras are significantly less likely to endure pesky horsefly bites, nearly 50% less.
So farmers out there, I'm sure there's 98% of our listeners are definitely farmers listening to podcasts.
I think so.
Combines right now.
Because it's going to be harvest season. What else are you going to do?
Right now in Indiana, I keep driving by fields that are being chopped. So it is right now happening.
Yes,
so
it
these
is.
Farmers, I bet, let's just get a bucket of white paint. And let's just deliver it onto every single doorstep of farmers in America, and they'll know exactly what to do with it.
That's right. And their cows are going to not be so mad and be able to either produce the milk that they need, have the other parts that I don't like to talk about, whatever. But here's a couple things that I really took away from that. I do not think you can go wrong with the right zebra print. It is spectacular.
Should we test this on humans? Put you in a zebra print and send you out into the woods, see what happens?
And see, I would be for it. If I had a great zebra cardigan right now, I would feel really good about it. Yeah.
Or, a lot of stores now are selling Halloween costumes. Surely there's adult onesies with zebra prints.
A couple things. One, I don't really care for Halloween. And two, this girl's not going to be in a onesie.
Okay. You wear a cardigan, I'll wear a onesie.
There we go. That's perfect. So great. Oh my gosh. We can do our own science experiment. Call Robin Mead at HLN News and say, hey, we have another story for you.
Perfect. Yeah. Breaking live. This harvest season.
Okay, so then you said something that made me think.
Oh.
I know. So, last week we discussed that the chicken actually did come first, right? We talked about that.
We did.
Right?
We shook the ground this earth is on. We truly did.
Like, that does not even need to be in question anymore. We know. So if you have a question about that, come ask us. We're going to tell you. But you said add white paint to cows. So do we feel like zebras are really black with white?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't know.
Idea. I was just going off.
I'm just asking. I'm just throwing it out there.
I see more black cows than I would white cows. Like, all solid color. That's why.
But you know where you wouldn't see them at?
Maine.
They probably only have white cows in Maine. Yeah. So then if that's the case, then Maine would need black paint, and all the other part of the country would need white paint.
Oh, we truly are haters of the state of Maine.
I know. And I'm going to its neighbor in a couple weeks, so I probably will not be allowed any farther north.
I would love nothing more than to somehow be able to wiggle in something about Maine in every single episode from this moment on.
Okay.
That's going to be my challenge.
Accepted. Challenge accepted. Yeah, I actually had a couple ideas just pop right in my brain. Yeah.
Oh, another great fun fact that could be quite helpful to those future farmers of America.
I know. I think so too. So I was actually wondering if I wore a zebra shirt. I do have zebra pants, workout pants.
Of course you do.
Thank you for understanding. Sometimes I don't even know if I could ever love you more. I just did. Like, you didn't even flinch. You knew it.
Okay. So today's episode, let's break this down, because today we're going to talk about real life, real talk on our hobbies.
Oh,
current
so great.
hobbies that we are into currently right now.
Yeah.
Because we are just taking it for granted that everybody's dying to know.
I'm going to tell you, I think they are.
Well, you're in luck, folks, because today you're learning about the hobbies.
We're sharing it with you.
We're down with it.
We're going to talk about what we are reading, what we are doing for exercise, what recipes. Wouldn't that be fun? Talk about what recipes we want to try.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And, what we're currently watching.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's some good stuff going on.
Couldn't have said it better. So how we're going to start this? We're going to start with what we're reading? You want to start there?
Let's do reading. Yep.
And lucky for you, I'm actually reading something. Otherwise, this would have a mute point on this end of the conversation.
Listen, you're right. I know. So I did get some, what is it called when you have a great idea? It came from when you said you were reading. Epiphanies.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
tell me what you're reading. What are you loving? Or even what's on your TBR list to be read.
All the above is Stephen King. So we're starting with Mr. Mercedes. He's blowing my mind.
Okay.
Great book. I'm also going to read it because I'm going to watch the movie again tonight with my mom, probably.
Wow.
Hello. Hey, somebody. And then, I watched Pet Sematary with my mom last night because we like freaky stuff in October. I know you do too. So maybe dive into that book, but not quite sure. This is all thinking that I can read this by October, which we know is not going to happen. So sprinkle in a little lightness in that. Whinnie the Pooh.
Okay. We're
going to do the yin and the yang of reading books.
So you're doing the scary, and then you're going to read a bear who only wears a t-shirt and no pants. So
yes. Winnie the Pooh can get by going naked better than anybody that's ever walked the face of the earth.
And that he still wants to pull off a belly shirt. He does not have any body image issues. He doesn't. I love that. I'm going to tell you, this morning, I love him because you do. I read the sweetest quote from him in Piglet about friendship. I cried this morning. I was super tender anyways this morning.
Please read it. Please tell me. Do you remember it?
Do you want me to summarize it, or do you want me to tell you the whole thing?
You can summarize it.
Okay. Thank you. That's when I do my best. So they're sitting on a log, and Piglet says, Pooh, what's the matter? And he goes, I don't know, but I just don't feel great. Like I'm just in my feelings. And Piglet says, do you want to talk about it? And Pooh says, I don't have the words yet. And so Piglet just scooted a little closer, and Pooh said, what are you doing? And he said, I know when I've been in my feelings too, and I don't have words, sometimes it's just really nice to have somebody just sitting close by while you feel those.
See.
I know. Oh, gosh. God.
She's tearing up again, folks. You see what Pooh does to people?
And let me tell you, if I start crying, this is not going to stop, and I cannot get to the doctor until the 29th. So we cannot break the seal.
Okay, so your turn. We'll cut it off there.
Isn't that the sweetest? Isn't that just so sweet?
It is.
Gosh,
yeah,
that Pooh is a good thing. What I am reading right now is 90% of everything that I do is on Audible. Because I am in my car a lot. I had a call with my boss yesterday while I was driving 4 hours, and she called me on my business phone, and Audible is on my personal phone. So as I'm calling her and I'm pressing pause, she's like, are you listening to a book? And I was like, yeah, woman, that's the only way that I keep any kind of sanity on this road trip. Yeah. So now I am late getting to this because I really didn't know it. One, if I believed all the hype, and I did not want to be underwhelmed with something. So I kind of gave it a little bit of time, whatever. But I am going to tell you where the Crawdads sing is amazing.
Interesting.
It's so good. It's by Delia Owens, and it is an award winner. And I think that they're actually making it into a movie. But it is so good. I'm actually listening to it again because there's some places where I was like, I might have missed that. So I just finished it Monday, and I was on my walk, and it like a lot of times a book is already finished and then they do like some tie up and you're like, tra la la, whatever. I don't need to hear that. Yeah. Oh no. This is at like the very, very, very last sentence. You are like, oh my gosh. Oh. Like it holds your attention. So
is it suspense? Is it like give us even a genre of this?
Delightful. It's in that genre.
It's just in the delightful.
It is. Perfect. It is. So it's set back in the 50s and it goes all the way up to the 70s, and it chronicles this little girl's life. And she was impoverished, but it's her story and how she just, anyways, so fantastic. As it ended, I am literally clapping out loud as I'm walking my trails.
I can see you doing that.
Oh, I was like, yes. I mean, it was fantastic. So that is because I do feel like I'm having a really hard time sitting down and really reading a real book that turns pages. Again, it might be ADHD. Really? I'm going to get that figured out in a couple weeks. No, like for real, like there's some things where I'm like, I don't know. And I even made a joke the other day and I was like, I think I must have just gotten to this place where I just need somebody to read to me. Like, how stupid can that be an extra in your life if you're like, no, I don't want to read that. Please just read it to me. Like, no, because I love words and I love them
when you're in the car so much.
It does, but I think I kind of like took a turn. So the other book that I'm reading paper by paper is Rhythms of Renewal by Rebecca Lyons. Okay. I really like her. She is a Christian author and speaker, and her books have been how she overcame anxiety and this freedom of like how we are designed of and then just embracing that, and also like these places where we have that are just that we really need God in those places. It doesn't mean that we're weak, or it doesn't mean that we're less than, it doesn't mean that we're in a season of sin or any of those kind of things. It's just like we are, and that's when we can cry out to God. So this Rhythms and Renewal is about like, how do we have this, like the seasons that are made and the rhythms that were made? She talks about like the way that the blood pumps through our body is actually in rhythm. It's not just like haphazard. It's not like 30 seconds here or 45. It really is a rhythm. And we can get out of rhythm by being too busy. We can get out of rhythm by not having a great diet. We can get out of rhythm by a trauma, a stress, any of those things. But how do we get back? And it's in connection. So it's in being connected with people. It's in creating. And it's also in rest. And like we are designed to have this rest. And so, I've been in this season of just, I took my sabbatical and I really was figuring those things out. But boy, like, right. It has just been an upswing of the other side of it. And a lot of parts of my, like, I would say like my chemical makeup internally is way off. So
it's pertinent for you very much so right now.
It is. Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it, people.
Yeah. Do it. Do
Going
it.
like hotcakes. So we went through reading. Let's just carry on towards watching. What are you watching right now?
Oh, wow. A couple things, actually. So I think it's on Prime, but it's Fleabag.
Yes. You kind of got me hooked on that.
Yeah. So, because I am also, I can't even tell you like how weird my life is right now, but I actually found a podcast about Fleabag.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So one of the very first things that I heard about Fleabag was start with season 2. It's a standalone. That's all you need. Okay. So I was like, totally can do that. That's perfect. So this podcast said, actually, to get in the gaps and to really understand the growth, you need to actually go back and watch season 1 and then watch season 2 again. And I'm like,
did you do that?
I haven't yet. I actually might today.
Okay.
But it was like there's so many nuances to it, and it's funny because like as I was listening to this podcast about it, it was talking about like it just won an Emmy. It won an Emmy. The lead actress won an Emmy. She also wrote it. So just some really cool like female acknowledgement in that, which is really great. But it is so touching into like it really goes into your soul. It sounds really stupid that a show does that and you have that much care and empathy and like it really kind of messes you up, but it really can and it really does. Okay. Yeah. So Fleabag, I would highly recommend. Did you watch?
I watched season 2. Well, not all of it, but I'm in the process of watching season 2. It is on Prime.
Okay,
and
Prime.
I do like it, which I'm surprised because I wouldn't necessarily go to that style of show for entertainment for me, but I really did enjoy it. I also shared it with my girls, and one of them devoured it in a weekend, so she absolutely loved it as well.
So the other one that I've loved This Is Us. I can't get into it right now. Again, I think it's something to do with my ADD. I don't know. I cannot get into it. There's a lot of things that I've liked that I can't get to yet. But Dead to Me on Netflix. Okay. Did you watch that with Christina Applegate?
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about, but no. Haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, like you have to. It's so good. It's so good. And they just got picked up for a second season because if you have watched it and the end of season 1, the very last scene, you have to have a season 2. Okay. So those are my recommendations, or that's what I've liked.
Okay, those are your 2. Got you. So I'll move away from Fleabag then.
Okay.
But I've said this before, I am a Grey's Anatomy fanatic, so I look forward to every single week for Grey's Anatomy. I am into This Is Us. I went through that earlier, whereas I just can't get into it right now. I'm in like season 2-ish, but I'm diving deep hard right now into This Is Us, as well as New Amsterdam. I've kind of fallen in love with New Amsterdam.
Okay.
As well too.
I knew you had said that before.
Yeah, throw in The Good Doctor every now and then with that.
Okay. Yeah.
One on Prime though that I really liked, and they just came out with season 2 that I'm stoked to watch, is Jack Ryan.
Oh, okay.
It's the action-packed thriller, kind of like
it's Jim from The Office, right?
Jim from The Office is the main guy.
Okay.
Yes, those are probably my immediate go-tos right now, I would say.
Okay. What about, have you found a new podcast? Is there any new podcast that you have been listening to that you like?
There's one that I want to start. So I've tried to listen to different podcasts that, that are funny, that are interesting, whatever. But to be honest with you, the thing that got me hooked on podcasts initially were the true crime. I just love true crime, like Serial, right? Like those types. And you got me hooked on, what was he was the imposter guy that was preying on this rich woman.
Dirty John.
So Dirty John. And so then I was kind of doing spin-offs of Dirty John. So Dr. Death is another one that I want to start.
I don't know about that one. Okay.
Dr. Death. And then there's another one they're both on Wondery, but Joe Exotic Over My Dead Body. So both of those I want to start and just see if I enjoy more of those.
Okay.
Another great one that I listened to on one road trip was To Live and Die in LA.
Oh,
it's one season based on a true story, and it was like up to date. So it was literally like they were going along with it as things were being discovered.
Wow.
Yes, all in the true crime category. Those are the ones I really enjoyed with podcasts.
I did true crimes 2 years ago, and it got me near and far, and I would sit until the episode was over. I was like, you can give me a minute. I'll come in your clinic in a second. But like, this is not, I'm at 27 minutes. I have to go to 31. Like, you're going to have to wait a minute.
It's so true. That's what we did on our honeymoon.
You're not supposed to do that.
We had some fun in the morning. We're out on the little thing with our little, over the water bungalow. We sat outside overlooking the water with some drinks, and we listened to Serial. That's how we literally got hooked on podcasts.
That's hilarious.
Like, they were with us in
Hey, you get to do what you want to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I've told you this every so often. I find a podcast best friend, and I am like, I love you. I want to be your best friend. I need to come have lunch with you. This is it. I'm going to tell you. I remember when I talked to you last week about it, I have never, ever laughed out loud as much as I do when I listen to this girl. So her podcast is called Absolutely Not.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And it's Heather. Is it Heather McMahon? Is that what it's called? Is that her name? Heather hang on, let me tell you. She just co-hosted the Today Show with Hoda. Yeah. Like, she is legit. She is coming to, she has a live show. She's coming to Kansas City.
Are you on?
Like, oh, you know I am. Yes. She loves leopard print as much as I do. It's Heather McMahon. Yeah, that's her name. And so I am going to tell you, she's hilarious. She has a filthy mouth, and I am here for it. Like, she will say stuff that there's no reason to have an F word in it, and she will pepper it with 4. And I have never laughed harder in my life. Okay. So here's what I love about it. And I feel like you and I need to figure out how to do this because, and like have our own little spin. So, you know how, like in old, daytime talk shows, they would have like a call in and they'd be like, caller, you're live on the air, So she has a spin off of that, and it's called the Absolutely Not line instead of a hotline. And people call in and they tell her they're absolutely not, or there's also absolutely yes. Like, she can go either way. And the very first time I heard this, she was like, she had a guest with her, and she was like, okay, so we're going to check voicemails. Okay. And what they do are our guests call, our friends of the show call in, and she goes, here's the truth. 90% of them are drunk. And so it's so funny to listen to their knots. And she goes, so we're listening, something so funny at this one. And then she gives like a rebuttal. She's like, okay, Lindsay, wow, that was a little aggressive, but I like it. And I mean, so she'll tell it. So then the next one, the lady goes, she's talking and she's like this. Hi, Heather. So this is Jan, and I have an absolutely not. And she stops and she goes, I swear Jan's in prison. Who gave her a flip phone? How did she get us? And why is she calling me? It's hilarious. And then, so today she was talking about her feet, and she was like, I don't know. She goes, my ankles are still cute and tiny. It's perfect. I love them. They're so great. She goes, my feet are swollen. They look like blocks of cheddar. And she goes, and my toes go straight across, and they're like little cheese puffs.
Mine look like marshmallows right now. I can totally relate.
I know. I mean, just the funniest stuff. So that would be my go-to podcast. Is absolutely not. Okay. And I got to figure out how to be her friend. Like, I just really do. And she's getting married to this guy named Jeff, and she loves Jeff so much. And he's this like Italian. She calls him his Italian self. Somebody called in and she was like, Jeff's beard is an absolute not. And she was like, listen, do not tell me how my soon-to-be husband needs to look better for you. I'm going to come after you. I mean, like, it's just, it's so funny. So anyways, that would be my podcast. Okay. The seasons are changing. Thank goodness. Thank right? Goodness, yes. Yeah. Although I heard that there's already like weird snow coming through. Like people are getting snow way early.
Yeah, blasted in Montana. We got them in the mountains in Seattle.
I'm just going to be on the record. Okay.
Okay.
If it snows, and I want to say an expletive so badly right now. But I'm not. I'm going to do real good. So you don't have to edit. But if it snows anytime before, I'm going to say December 14th.
It's random. Okay.
14. I know I had to give it a little bit. I'm done.
You're going to move?
I don't even know what I'm going to do. But I cannot. Okay. I'll give it at like December 1st-ish. Okay. There, whatever. But I do not feel like I fully recovered from last winter's winter. Like, I don't even know. So anyways, we have changed seasons, thankfully. And I don't know about you, but it makes me want to get in the kitchen and do something super fun food-wise. So do you have a recipe that you have tried and you really like, or that you want to try in this fall? Like, what are you cooking?
Well, this fall, yes, it goes into the warmer foods. So the warmer, like the soups, the stews, the whatever.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I just enjoy cooking anyway. I love trying new things anyway. Okay. One dish that I genuinely love is, it's a paleo. That's not the reason I cook it, but it just happens to be. But it's chicken. It's sun-dried tomato chicken, but it's with a creamy sauce. But the creamy sauce is made with coconut milk. And it is super flavorful, absolutely to die for. I love that recipe, that dish, which I can share.
I think our listeners would love that. Yeah, for sure.
This is my bread and butter for this answer. So last week I talked about my grandmother who passed. So Granny B was notorious for making her homemade noodles, and she would always make beef and noodles, which was my favorite dish in the history of time. So this trip, my mom and I are going to perfect that recipe so we know how to make it, so it doesn't just end with my grandma. Yeah. So we're going to be making our own noodles type thing. But once warm weather starts, it's beef and noodles for me. It's just my favorite. It's childhood favorite. I love it.
Wait, warm weather?
Sorry, cold weather.
Cold weather, like, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, gotcha. Noodles, and I've honestly never made it by myself. So I'm going to start perfecting that. Gotta get the kid on it. They gotta know. Okay. They gotta know about my Granny B's beef and noodles.
Now, is B a last name? Is B her middle name? Where did B come from?
Betty.
Because
her name is Betty Slofer. Oh. So Granny B, yep, that's what I called her.
Okay. I thought that was interesting because we are B.
Which is,
so I didn't know. It does. Like look what else we're carrying on. So I love it. Yes. I love it. Okay. Okay.
Your turn.
So, I have been cooking in the kitchen, preparing meals for a really long time, and I'm so over it. Like I really am. I told Tom, I said, I am really sorry that you came into my life when I'm just kind of, I don't want to do it anymore because I'm really good at it, but I just don't want to do it anymore. I really don't. It's really hard just to cook for like 2.5, so I just don't really love it. But I am really good at it. Let's let that be known. But here's the thing that I really want to perfect, and I am really excited about it. And this will just tell you where I'm at with my life too. But so, I'm all about the charcuterie board.
Don't we?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you have been bared witness to it. And it can feed you for a weekend. Like it kind of did. I know. It kind of did. But so there's a new trend, and it's a grazing board. It's a grazing table. It's a little bit different, and it's a little bit more intense. So I told Lisa, she sent me this one. It's so gorgeous. Like you can do like cheese ravioli with the dipping sauce. Like there's all kinds of different things. It doesn't just have to be, like little fine meats and little cheeses and nuts and whatever. So I want to do a savory grazing board, and I also want to do a sweet tie-in to almost like a hot chocolate grazing board, kind of I'm going to say wintry theme. I know.
Hot chocolate.
So that's, I know, kind of to be like, I know. So that's kind of where I'm at in this whole recipe situation. Okay. And then, glory to God in the highest, and peace on earth to all men. Grubhub and DoorDash deliver here. So.
Oh, praise him. Yep.
I know.
There's the real answer to that question.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I am with that. So, but let me tell you this. I'm going to just jump in right now because I have been struggling with the exercise.
Oh, great. Like, this is the wrap up. This is the wrap up
of
our hobbies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exercise.
So exercise. So I have, in the spring, I was walking miles and miles and miles, and I love that. I really do. And I'm back to walking again because, again, you know why I stopped? Humidity.
Humidity, of course.
I can't. The humidity comes knocking, and I don't answer.
You know what else comes knocking? My thighs.
Mosquitoes.
My thighs come knocking when it's sticky. Especially right now. I may burn a hole in these brand new pants.
Today on the podcast, that Heather, she actually wore out a brand new pair of jeans because her thighs rubbed.
It's a real thing.
She goes, "Do I patch it? Probably not. I'm probably just gonna buy new." Like, I love it. That is so fantastic. But I've told Tom, I'm like, I need, again, the theme of this damn show is I have developed adult ADD. Like, I don't know how it happened, but it is a real situation. But I need something that's fun, that's going to keep me entertained, and that I will see results pretty quickly. Because if not, I'm going to be like, I don't need to do that. I'm going to go sit and have a cocktail. So guess what I have found, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Water aerobics.
No.
Bar class. No. Pilates.
Mini trampoline workouts.
Will you pee your pants?
I did a little today. Yes, I did. I did. But then I figured out the bouncing, and I was like, okay, I got it. I can get back.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I think probably every time I start, I'm going to pee a little. It's okay. But
just wear pads.
No, I don't like those. I'm just going to wash my pants. It's fine. I really don't want to wear a pad. But I was like, okay.
Good for you.
Okay, I'm going to. Now, the first one, that's why I was late. I was like, hold on, let me finish this. The first one, they were doing the aerobics with weights in their hands. I cannot do that. I don't know if I'm not coordinated quite yet with it or what. So my goal is to be able to do all of the things with a 4-pound weight in my hand. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but listen.
You'll get there. I have full faith in you.
I am not a circus performer. This is new, but I'm really excited about it. Yeah, so I'm doing a mini trampoline workout.
Trapeze artist, mini trampoline workout. It's the same thing.
The sky is the limit. One day I'm going to be like, guess what I'm doing now?
I'm flipping from trapezes. Yes.
You're going to find me at the big top. Yeah, I don't know.
Perfect.
Okay, what about you? Because your workouts have to be a little different.
This is rough. Not only am I probably about 25, 30 pounds overweight, I'm also...
You are not overweight. You are pregnant.
I got a bum knee. So my exercise looks like water aerobics with the geriatrics. That's genuinely...
When you text me that, I was like, oh, I cannot wait to hear stories.
Listen, I genuinely enjoy the pool. Sometimes they're just in there and I do my own thing, like in the deep end with some of those... They look like dumbbells, but it's just foam.
Seen it.
Right?
Okay. So and is it heavy because they like suck up the water? Is that why it's heavier?
They're not heavy at all. It's just it's resistance. So as you're running, in the deep end, it's just resistance against your arms. You can do arm exercises, resistance against the water, that type of thing. I'll swim laps.
So if you're in the deep end, you're not touching, right?
Correct.
It's all buoyancy.
Correct.
Okay.
Which feels great. The minute that I step out, it is like the 200-pound weight of the world is pressing down on my shoulders.
Like you just came back from the moon.
It's 100%. It's exactly what it's like. I get out and I literally stand there for a second because I'm like, ooh. It's like it just comes down and I got to recalibrate. But I will... I'll do some laps in the pool, but have the little thingy between my legs so I don't use my legs because it hurts my knee to kick.
Oh, it does.
It does. There's just so many things.
Okay.
I'll walk. I'm walking a little bit. No. So I'll do that a little bit for exercise. But, yeah, it's just, sometimes I'll do pregnancy YouTube workouts. And we'll just see where that takes us. So
sure.
We're just gonna as long as my heart is a beating, I don't know. But the reason it scares me going to the pool because I'm not sure what I'm going to see in the locker room. It's just enough to keep me scared at the audacity and the openness of some of these women.
Now, do you feel like it's because you live in Washington and it's a little bit more freer of a state?
I don't know. I wonder.
Go to the gym in Indiana and tell me.
Maybe. I just also feel like when you get a certain age, who cares what other people think? That's the way that they act. So I'm like, you do you, boo-boo. I will do me. And... I
still think I'm going to be really conscious about where my bits are. Like, I just don't feel like I'm going to let my bits go everywhere. I don't think I will.
One would think. These ladies, however, their bits are fallen. And I just don't know. I just don't know where to look. So I look up or I just look down.
Probably up because, we talked about last week, everything stretches and goes south. So keep your eyes up.
So they're probably looking at me like, why is she always looking at the ceiling? And I'm like, because I can't look anywhere else. I don't know.
Because your bits are down there.
It's just it's just totally different locker room experience than what I have experienced in the past. I'll just say that. So there's that.
That's actually, so I'm going to tell you, which group I would probably belong better in? Your now group. Because I would be like, if I was with, I'd be like, you. That is not normal for somebody to be that solid. I don't even know. I'll be like, Mom, Grandma, let me come over with you. Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay.
I shower with my bathing suit, which honestly consists of tights, sports bra, and a and a tank top.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I'm even modest in my pregnancy. Unlike bits ladies, they need to find some modesty, for crying out loud.
Oh, ladies. So why do you shower there?
Oh, I gotta wash the chlorine off me. It's chemicals, the woman. Come on.
That can't wait till you go home?
Well, I don't always go home right after.
Okay. I know. I'm being 100% honest because I am so not a joiner. Like I'm like, why would you even want to do that? Like, go home and do that. Okay. So okay.
But yeah, that's
Do you wash your hair and everything and like blow dry it and style it at the gym?
Well, who are you talking to here? No
Okay,
on the blow dry, no on the styling.
Do you wash it?
I'll wash it or rinse it off, and then I'll put it up in a bun. Yeah.
That's a full-fledged shower.
Well, I don't have to do it the rest of the day. You know what kind of a workout it is to take clothes on and off right now?
So your one and only shower is at the gym with clothes on.
Yes.
You are an onion to me. So many layers. Oh my god.
You just broke that down really well, thanks. You're so red right now.
I know. Like, I had to absorb all of that. Okay. Oh, wow. We are so different. Oh my god. All right. So would you say, are you good to wrap that up? Is there anything you want to add?
That's it. That's it. That is it.
So that would be real life of just kind of what we're doing, what we like, what we're reading, how hard it is to put on layers. I know, but you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
What we are known for, we have done this for 28 weeks straight. So tell me, B, where are you winning and where are you losing?
Winning is definitely, I had some baby showers this weekend here in Indiana with my mom and my family. I just felt very celebrated. It was encouraging. I was celebrated. There was so much support from people that even I haven't seen for in a long, long time, and just helping me with, everything that I don't have, which is everything.
Everything.
So that was it just really filled my tank. I just really felt loved. So it's great. That was a definite win. And I would say losing for me this week, I think, would be trying to figure out how to move around with my knee, because it's not getting a whole lot better. So losing is still that I feel geriatric while I'm pregnant at the same time.
Oh man.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really sorry about that.
Well, hey.
It's kind of a bummer. Are you wrapping it?
I'm wrapping, I'm icing, I'm elevating, I'm exercising.
Okay.
Strengthening, trying to do whatever. But
Did Uzi come with you on this trip?
No, she was going to, but then there was some confusion with the airlines, and so it just would have been too much of a stressor. It was a refrain, so she didn't.
Okay.
No, she's still at home.
Okay. I was curious about that. Okay. All right.
Normally, yes. Normally she would.
I know. I thought
It's your
that.
turn. Wins and losses for you, my dear.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to start low and try to find something to finish on a positive. So I went on I had an event last night for work.
Okay.
It's my farthest account south, and it's one of my top accounts. I typically don't do things at night. Like, I wrap up my day pretty much by 5 o'clock, because when it gets dark, I'm not good. Okay. Yeah. And, so had accounts in the morning, came home, got my stuff ready, had a call with my boss that I knew I needed to take. And so, just run. I did the event last night. It was amazing. It was really great. They had a champagne bar. Not mad about it. My day, I am about, I mean, I am right at about 12 hours with some drive time in there of a day. Like, it's a long day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't forget it was an event. Okay. So I had on these leopard print booties, not my booty, but my booty boots.
Yes.
They are adorable. And I had on a black dress, and I had on this like a mustardy fallish color sweater with it. I had on Spanx and my bra. Okay. Now, somebody did tell me that I probably look like a supermodel. Okay. Real life, not joking. And I told her, that's so cute of you. You live in a small town in Kansas. So I understand like your worldview is a little different, but I thank you for saying that to me. Like, that's so kind. And so I was feeling, honestly, sassy.
Okay.
I did. I had good hair, all of that. So, and at this point, I'm getting hungry. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to just wash my face, get ready. I was staying at a different hotel than I typically stay at. And something told me, oh, your night is about to change. So I know this sounds like I'm winning right now. I know it, but wait for it. I forgot my suitcase.
Underwear. Everything.
Underwear, toothbrush, sleeping clothes, next day clothes, face wash, makeup, curling irons, hairspray, scrunchie, like everything was gone.
Oh, man.
And I am like, what the hell? How do I pack a suitcase, take it all the way to the car, but don't take it to the car? Like, how does that happen? Now, here's the truth. This is not the first time I've done that.
Oh.
I forgot my suitcase like 2 trips ago, remembered it enough time, turned around and got it. But I have been super forgetful in things. Like, I don't know. That's why, again, in the kitchen.
Oh.
I do not know what my problem is. Like, I have been really forgetful, really just, that's where I really think that there's some ADD. So let me tell you, I had to sleep in my dress and my Spanx last night.
Why don't you just sleep naked?
For one, I was sleeping in a different hotel. I didn't feel like it was super clean. Now, if I was at the True Hilton, I would have been fine. In my birthday suit, it would have been fine. It would have been really fine. But this hotel, it had carpet. I didn't feel like it was clean. I didn't love it, and I will never stay there again in my life. So Thomas Francis steered me in the wrong direction with that. I'm not going to hold it against him, but that is true. So now here is something. So I am like, I'm not going to say it. Hate myself. I'm so mad. And I am not in a good place because I am like, what am I going to do? I spun out. Like, I spun out of control. Like, you know how I've said I've burned the house down? Like, I spun, and everything was terrible. Everything was awful. I was horrible. So I walk in with my purse only and I'm checking it like 9:45 at night. Okay. This little girl is like, okay, I've got you all ready, you know, blah, blah, blah. She goes, now, I need you to sign this because I don't know if you know this or not, but there's no pets allowed in the room. I have zero.
Did you kill her?
I looked around and I was like, I didn't even bring a suitcase. Do you think I'm bringing in an animal? Like, what? Okay. I won't bring in an animal. I'm like, listen, do you have any toothpaste? Do you have a toothbrush? Do you have any Advil? She goes, we used to have fake Advil, but we don't even have that anymore. And I'm like,
interesting.
Okay, totally fine. I could not have been more mad. So I leave today. And this is the thing. And for no other reason, but it was in my head. I was doing the walk of shame because I'm wearing my same clothes. My hair is like, whoa, because I get sweaty when I sleep in Spanx, and I have to walk out without a embarrassed for myself. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So, yep. Burned every house down imaginable for a whole day.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
That's
you
my
poor
loss.
thing.
And my win is I'm just going to, because it feels like fall. So yay. Okay. Whatever.
Okay, little did I know.
Little did I know. God, I don't have a little, I don't know. Little did I know how important it is to pack your damn stuff for the night. It's not fun. I cannot go with the flow anymore. That's my thing.
Okay.
Little did I know, I'm over that. Okay. I'm too old. I need some shit to get me through the day and the night. Golly.
Oh, man.
There you go. How about you, B?
Thanks for asking. It's a good question.
It's not all about me.
It's a good question.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Little did I know how... Okay, on the flip side of that, little did I know how nice it is to actually have clothes that fit you.
Now I feel like you're braggadocious.
This is telling you earlier, right, my mom took me on a maternity shopping spree because apparently my clothes didn't fit, and neither did my underwear.
Like Winnie the Pooh.
I am exactly like Winnie the Pooh. My underwear doesn't fit, so it probably doesn't look like I'm even wearing any, and my shirts don't cover really the belly anymore. So I'm Winnie the Pooh.
I wish you could take a picture of a red shirt and just your belly.
I'll do that just for you.
It would solidify our friendship. Not that it's not, but I'm just
I will do that just for you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
So that's mine. Well, and on a good note,
perfect.
A happy note.
I love it.
We brought it back to Pooh, even. So there we go.
There we go. See, it's all about you, actually. Well, listen, thanks for tuning in. We would love to hear your feedback on if you've read the book that we've liked, or if you've done a grazing board, or if you go to the gym and take your shower. Like, there's a lot of things that we cover today. But I am Stephanie Parks, and you can find me on Instagram at Steph K. Parks or on Facebook at Stephanie Parks.
And I'm Shauna Zolman Mahaley. You can find me there on Facebook, mostly, and Instagram. But thanks again for joining us as you hear what we like to do, our hobbies in our life. Because we care, right. And you care, and you should. So thank you.
That's right. Sharing is caring. No, that's not the part. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.